In a small village in Africa, there lived two families who were known to be the wealthiest and most powerful in the entire region. For years, the families had been in negotiations for an arranged marriage between their children, as was the tradition in their culture. All those they were doing was without the consent of their children. The young girl Adisa was beautiful and intelligent, with a fiery spirit that refused to be tamed. The young man in question, Kofi, was strong and brave, with a heart that yearned for adventure beyond the confines of their village. So neither of them wanted to be married off to a stranger chosen for them by their families. When they got to know about it, they had their own dreams and aspirations. Now families are negotiating behind them. Kofi was not happy when he thought over it. How can my parents be arranging for a marriage when it concerns me? Am I not supposed to choose by myself? Adisa was also sad because she knew what she wanted in life. When they first met at the gathering to celebrate the upcoming marriage, they were both angry and resentful. They saw each other as pawns in a game they had no control over, and they refused to play along. They were angry with their families. How can they do this to us? They were saying. The anger was so much that Adisa and Kofi decided to meet and plan how they would plan their lives secretly and not get married to each other, but to follow their dreams and pursue their various interests. The next day, they met in the fields. And when they met, they started to talk and dream at length. Adisa will talk all her desires, where she wanted to go to, her dreams, everything. Kofi will also say his own, all his adventures, the adventures he wanted to take to faraway lands. While they were talking, they decided that they would choose their own destinies and no family would be able to interfere. They talked and later departed. That was something that was not allowed in the community. When families are doing arrangements for marriage between two families, the two people involved were not supposed to meet at all. But this, Adisa and Kofi were doing without the family knowing. As this went by, they began to spend more time together, discussing about their dreams and plans without the family knowledge. They started getting used to each other and could barely see without to continue talking with one another. They found out that the two of them alone could share their dreams without anybody knowing. And they were so happy to tell the other, hi, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do in my life, the two of them. They were so engaged with their talks, with their dreams and aspirations, they fell in love. Deeply and passionately, despite the odds stacked against them. When the families found out they had been meeting secretly before the marriage, their families were furious about the meetings, and they forbade them from seeing each other ever again because it was against the laws and customs of the land. So the marriage was cancelled, and another marriage was being arranged to matchmake the girl and the boy, Adisa and Kofi. Kofi and Adisa met, and Kofi said, how can they cancel the marriage now that we are in love? We didn't want to get married. They forced us to come together. Now we've fallen in love. They want to separate us. What a word. Adisa, will you agree to that? They give you another man? Adisa said, no, my love. Adisa now asked Kofi, Kofi, will you allow them to give you another woman, another girl to get married to? Kofi said, no, my love. They hung on to each other. And being deeply accustomed to one another, they could not stay without each other. And we are now so deeply in love that they started planning what to do again. How were they to do it now? They have been forbidden from marrying each other, they thought. Determined to be together, they hatched a plan. They hatched a plan to escape the village and start a new family, a new life together. But how are we going to manage? How are we going to eat? We don't know anywhere. Where are we going to escape to? Kofi said, don't worry, Adisa, just follow me. Let us follow our heart and go to wherever the wind blows. And I know things will be okay. Let's just go to anywhere the wind blows. So, with the strong love bond between them, they agreed on escape. They waited until it was night before the new arranged marriage was to take place. And they snuck out their homes and ran into the dark forests with nothing but the clothes on their backs and the love in their hearts. As they trekked through the forest, they faced many challenges and obstacles, including wild animals, dangerous terrains. They faced hunger and thirst, but they never lost hope or faith in each other. And their love only grew stronger with each passing day. After many weeks of wandering, they came upon a small village on the edge of a vast desert. The people of the community welcomed them with open arms and helped them to start a new home together when they learned of what had happened. Adisa and Kofi worked hard to build a house, a family that they could call theirs. They built a home and the two of them lived there. They never forgot the love that they have found accidentally by their secret meetings and doted on each other. They lived a happy life filled with adventure as they had both wanted and wished. They were always grateful for the day they had chosen love over everything else. Adisa and Kofi's families were heartbroken and angry when they discovered that the couple had run away and defied their wishes for the arranged marriage. For many years, there was no communication between them, and both families remained deeply hurt and resentful. However, as years and time passed, the families discovered where their children lived. They saw they were living happily and that life was not bad for them despite the fact they ran away without any money and that they were deeply in love. Their hearts softened for their children and they started regretting their actions. They reached out to Adisa and Kofi and came forward for a reconciliation. Adisa and Kofi, who had always hoped and dreamt also for their parents to come for a reconciliation, they had now started feeling the absence of their homes, their families in their lives. Despite the fact that they loved one another, there was still that vacuum of the family within. So within Adisa's mind and Kofi's mind, they always begged that they wish the Creator would bring their family and them once more together again. So their families came forward for reconciliation. And Kofi and Adisa accepted, and they were welcomed back into their lives with open arms. Their families were reunited in a bond of love and forgiveness. And that's the end of the story. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share it to your groups, families, and friends who love storytelling. Thanks for watching.